Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Nick Williams Show. My name is Nick Williams. I'm an independent filmmaker and producer from Boston. Joining me this evening is my wonderful producer, Mr. Special Ed. He's special to me. He should be special to all of you, too. Ed, how are you this evening?
I'm great. What a nice introduction. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I wish people could see the face that stares back at me when we do this show.
Someday.
Edmund, are you fond of the Chinese?
Of course.
And their food, more specifically.
Sure.
I am as well. And in the spirit of the new year, you know, I ordered Chinese food recently, and they gave me with my food. Now, listen, here's the thing. Normally, you get chopsticks, you get whatever, fortune cookies, what have you. I got to tell you, Ed, this was a different experience. We're going to get to the topic of the show in a minute. Just relax, okay? Calm down. Normally, they give you chopsticks, whatever, fortune cookies, stuff like this. This, can I just show you what they gave me?
Yeah.
This came with my order. I'm not even joking. Look at that. I'll hold it up where you can see. Ready?
What?
Buddy, this is a calendar. And when I tell you this thing is made of like legit bamboo, it's like weaved nice. I didn't pay extra for this. I didn't pay extra. In fact, I called and I said, I hope you didn't charge me extra for your little calendar thing. And they said, no. They didn't say that, but I can't say what they said because I'll be smeared mercilessly.
Are you like one of their best customers? Why'd they give that to you?
I don't have the slightest idea in the world why I was given the scroll of destiny for 2026, but I was. You hear that? I was given the scroll of destiny by this Chinese restaurant somewhere outside of Boston. And, yeah. Is that not the coolest thing you ever seen? And I just love doing that. I thought I was a fan at first. I was going to fan myself.
I want one. I mean, I love the art too.
This is crazy, though. Even if they were made in China. I mean, it's kind of, you know, what are you going to do? Like, it's kind of the whole thing. But, like, yeah, it's legitimate. Now, it does, granted, I mean, it has the name of the restaurant on it, and, like, it's an advertisement for the restaurant. I don't know who would hang this in their home, you know?
But why not?
Because it's an advertisement for a Chinese
Well,
restaurant.
yeah, let's see it again. I barely saw
But, like, is this not the coolest thing in the world? Oh, what day of the week? I don't know. Let's check. Oh, looks like it's January. We got them all down here. It's all of 2026. Have you ever seen anything so cool in your life come from a restaurant for takeout, Chinese takeout? This
No.
is the whole thing. It makes me want to, and it's kind of see-through, too. Look at it looks fake. Or makes my lights look like they're fake, like I'm projecting them over. Look, because you can see through it.
Do you want to add it to the set?
I might. Should I comment down below? Should I add my 2026 Chinese calendar to the set? Would that make everybody happy? Look at the artwork.
It's nice.
But it's really the whip. It's the whoopsh that really makes it something, you know? I would have to like rig something up where I could, when I start the show, I hit a button and it unrolls itself
Hey, we can work on it.
from behind me, you know? I think that would be great. It was great. All right, let's get into the show this evening. It was a good note to start on, I would say. Make sure, by the way, that if you're new to the channel, that you like this video and subscribe, because I say things that people are not allowed to say. I say true things. And YouTube is not really a fan of that. Quite honestly, neither is Hollywood. But as a film producer, I find that it's my job to make people aware of things that will make them money and things that will make viewers go, why did they do that? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? One of the why did they do that's that happened recently that actually went kind of viral was the end of Stranger Things Season 5. And I touched on it a little bit last week. I want to keep it light, Ed. I want to keep it light this week.
Sure.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Why is it? I mean, it's like painful. It gives me agita, like wicked indigestion, to think that in the potentially last moments of my life, if I was with a group of friends, for one of them or myself, for your personal sexual orientation to be a thing that is needing to be said in that moment, as opposed to how do we kill or get rid of Vecna, for him to sit down and say that he doesn't like girls. I don't like girls. I don't like them. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. How do we survive this is kind of where my mind, I would say, okay, Go cry in the How about this? How about we sacrifice this one to Vecna? Maybe that would be the right option. You know what I mean? Another one. So then you go, okay, whatever. It's stupid and tropey, and it's very 2021. Is politics in film and TV, is it not becoming kind of cringe? Like the virtue signaling and all that stuff. Like, do we get it yet? Do we get it? White people are bad. We're just bad. We're bad. And if you're of a different race, or if you're, I don't know, gay, it's incumbent upon you to tell people. You know what we should do with gay people? We should put them all back in the closet and make them hide and just... Because real true love is just gay sex. That's all it is. Gay people, they don't love each other. They're not there to support each other and take care of each other and build a life. And if you don't believe me, it's not me saying this. Look at Heated Rivalry. I thought this was a show about two guys who fall in love and, you know, whatever. It is what it is. They're masculine. They play hockey, I think. I thought that based on, like, trailers and stuff, that's what it would be. Another moment that goes absolutely ultra-viral is Heated Rivalry. Why? Because it's not even adult entertainment. In my opinion, I thought it was, instead of having it be a story about two hockey players that fall in love, which, honestly, probably could have done something with. It's about two guys who have sex who also play hockey kind of sometimes, but we don't see any of that. All we do is we go from one sex scene, then they go play hockey, but it cuts away and it says 6 months later, and then they come off the ice and have sex again. What is the point? What is the point? Especially in 2026, where there's like an epidemic of adult entertainment, if you want to call it that. YouTube. I only censor myself because I want more people to see this. You know, I don't want it to be like one of those things where YouTube's like, he said corn on the cob, and so we're never going to allow anyone to see this ever again. I think that's dumb, personally. But regardless, I think that, like, I feel like it's like they used to say things like, if it moves the story forward, we'll have sex in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's pertinent to the story. And for a long time, and I would say even still now, I think that sex is what sells. That's why Hollywood uses good-looking people. If there were a bunch of trolls up on the screen, nobody would watch it unless it was a movie about trolls. And even still, it would be a movie about the best-looking trolls, believe me. You know? So you got these two good-looking guys. One of them's from Russia. He doesn't know how to experience or he doesn't know how to show love because he's from Russia. So he says, "Oh, this is what I like." That's it. And then you have this other half Asian guy. The mom of the half Asian guy was in, what is she in? House? She's in something. I don't know what it is, but she's a great actress, and she was actually, or maybe it was, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Now she's in this, and she plays a bigot who doesn't like the gays, supposedly. Honestly, I don't even know how it goes because I only watched one episode, and I was so kind of annoyed that there's no story that I couldn't continue watching it. Edmund, you also watched the first episode.
Oh, I think I saw like one of the. Did they just release like a whole season? Is that what happened?
Well, I think it's Netflix. I think they just released everything all at once.
Okay. Yeah, I watched one episode.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Am I wrong? Am I I mean, there's like not even any story there. And for anybody who's like, no, but they're just in love and they're trying to find themselves. Great. What about real problems? What about going through like real stuff? What about like the rivalry of two men competing against each other on the ice? How do they deal with the dichotomy of being rivals on the ice but lovers in the bedroom? And I feel like that's what they were going for, but they just really over-focused on, butt stuff. Sorry to be crass, but it's true. It's like, it's annoying, and it's like, I would be just as annoyed if it was straight people. But I feel like because of the fake oppression or whatever the hell else it is that people complain about these days, do you think it would be easier or more difficult to grow up being gay in the 1950s, say?
Would it be more difficult?
I'm asking, would it be easier or more difficult, do you think, your opinion, would it be easier or more difficult to be gay in the 1950s or today?
I would believe it to be the 1950s to be more difficult.
Right. Who gives a shit today? Who cares about being gay? And I was wondering, the topic for tonight's episode originally was supposed to be nobody cares anymore. Nobody gives a shit. And then I thought to myself, why does nobody care anymore? And then I watched the first episode of Heated Rivalry. I stopped wondering why nobody gives a shit and why nobody cares anymore. It's lazy. It used to be like, oh, it's virtue signaling and these stories are important and all this other stuff. But it's every story. It's every story. There are no more jokes. There's no more humor. There's no real problems. And on top of that, people really can't afford to live. I'm sorry that there's a bunch of women out there, I guess, who really enjoyed Heated Rivalry. It's not good. It's not good. You're wrong. It's not good. It's just gay sex. Believe me, I could probably give you 7 or 8 websites where you could watch that. And a lot of them have even better lines than 2 supposedly straight hockey players who meet in the what the hell kind of fantasy crap is this stuff? It's not even. I'd rather there be a team of hockey players, they win a game, and then a pizza delivery guy shows up to the party they throw afterward with a sausage pizza. That at least would make more people go, oh, I get it. I know what they're about to do. You know what I mean? All of them versus him? Ooh.
So you saw the first episode.
I did see the first episode.
How much lovemaking is on screen in episode 1?
Well, they finished relatively quickly in the first couple of times, but I would say it's probably about 45% just naked men.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I watched the first episode, and I'm not kidding. I checked how much time was left in the episode 3 times. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I watched the later episode, and I think there's 3 lovemaking scenes.
When you were younger, I don't know, 10, 11, even throughout your teens, even now, quite honestly, now whatever as an adult, but you don't live at home anymore. So if there was anything sexual on the screen or on the TV, right? Or a reference to sex on the screen or the TV, and you're watching something with your parents in the room, how'd you feel?
Very awkward.
Right? Just even a reference. I'm talking a sitcom. You're sitting there watching 2.5 Men. I'll never forget this. Alan, the dorky brother, right? Because you have Charlie, who's supposed to be the stud. Alan, the dorky brother, he ends up dating this chick named Candy. Do you remember that? You ever watch 2.5 Men?
No, my parents loved that show, though.
Okay. So you know who I'm talking about, Alan, though, when I say that. You have Charlie Sheen, and then you have this other guy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So he starts dating this, really attractive... it's a joke because he's so nerdy and dorky. The guy on the show, he starts dating this woman who is a 23-year-old bombshell woman, beautiful, and a complete idiot. And there's a scene where the 2 characters are in the shower, and it's a sitcom, so you don't see them in the shower, but you see, or you hear them and you see the shower, and one of them says, or the guy says, Alan, he's like, oh, something happens. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. And she goes, oh, look, a place to hang my towel. Because they're in the shower together. What could that possibly mean? So I said to my mom, I go, what the hell is she talking about? I go, what does that mean? Because I'm 7, 8. She goes, I don't know. That was my mom. I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever. But then as you grow up and you realize what the hell's going on, you start to feel really awkward when you're around your parents and then they mention anything. Edmund, how does anyone watch Heated Rivalry as a family or together with anyone?
Is there a rating before? What service is it?
Yeah, what isn't
Showtime?
now?
What
But
is it?
no, it's Netflix. And now, it's not even Skinamax. It's not even the good stuff, the HBO After Dark or any of that crap that they used to have on cable.
Yeah.
It's just blatant in your face. Imagine you're a family, go, Heated Rivalry. Look, honey, take a little boy. Go, look, honey, look, you like playing hockey. Let's watch this one. Look, they're going to be friends. And you go, oh my God, covering your son's face. Not because it's bad to be gay, but because people can't watch that. And they go, well, that's not for them. That's not for them to watch. Why not? Why is nothing for anybody anymore? You have to now, it's like they create these environments where you can't even share TV and movies with your friends and family. You have to feel like it's a necessity to watch things by yourself because you feel so awkward and gross, and you can only, it's like, we've gone from gathering in a giant room with a big screen on the wall to like feeling as though we need to watch all of these things on our own, alone. What mainstream stuff is now just blatant homosexual sex? R-rated, whatever. It's like a little. I was watching. It was Band of Brothers. It was either Band of Brothers or it was what do you call it? What was the other one there? Not Band of Brothers, but the other one, The Pacific. Same story, different side of the world, right? It was one of the two of them. And the guy hooks up with this Australian chick, right? He like travels to Australia and he's hooking up with the Australian chick. The whole show is like hyper masculine, awesome, like war, totally glamorizing everything my grandfather went through. Like he saw his friends blow up, but they're like, it's just as part of it. This is how it is. And you're like, okay, I know tons of veterans. None of them feel like this is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. But there was a moment where he's hooking up with this Australian chick, one of the characters in the show, and you see he like guides. There's like a guiding moment. Like he reaches and guides, and you go, why? Don't do that. What happened to like the 1950s, 1940s where they kiss and then the whole screen turns into a circle and that's the transition? You go, they did something special. I mean, think about it. We used to call it making love.
I still do.
Right. But like, there's no love being made. There's no love. We're loveless. We're without love. There's no love. It's just blatant. I don't know your name. You don't know mine. We're just going to do stuff. Nobody likes this crap. Nobody likes this crap. And I saw online, it was a bunch of, I'm not going to lie, it was a bunch of women who were liking this stuff. Bad. Honestly, I only say this that it's bad because it like is bad, but it has no meaning. It has no, there's no weight to it. And I feel like people are just lazy now. It's like you can get anything put on Netflix if you just say that, okay, let's make a story about oppressed people. There's no lesson. What's the message? Don't play hockey. Don't let your son play hockey. Okay? If you're, whoa, like what does that mean? If you're trying to convince Christian families across the U.S. that being gay is just, it's okay, and we should accept it. If you don't believe me, watch Heated Rivalry. You'll be okay with that, right? Because now it's like it's not a lesson in like why these things should be okay. It becomes like we don't really give a shit what you think. We're just gonna pound one out. We're just gonna convert straight boys in the shower. That's what we're gonna do. Don't let the Russians near your kids because they'll turn your kids gay. That's what it says. I don't even believe that. I don't feel that way, but it's like pathetic. And it's so lazy. And it takes away from actual problems, in my opinion. It takes away from actual real messaging of like, oh, these people are just regular people, or all of that shit is out the window. What it says is if a Russian gay guy plays hockey with your son, this is what he's going to do to your son. That's what it is. And you go, no, well, it was totally consensual. And really? That's where your mind goes, is the legality of the act. There's a person in there, dude. It's just disgusting to me. And it's not the act that's disgusting to me. It's the idea that is a good story. I'm talking about the actual piece. Well, not the, you know what I mean? The film, the show, whatever you call it. I don't know. I just wish that there were like better stories. And then we've completely lost the art of metaphor and comparing one thing to another thing and having it be something else and having it mean something. Now it's just like, no, they're gay guys. People are just gay. That's it. And that's what you need to say to people before the earth is saved. Am I crazy?
No, not at all.
All right, let's move on to races now. I'm just kidding. Here's how I feel, and I'm just kidding. I love everyone. I don't hate anyone. You know, how about the Somalis in Minnesota? What did you say about Tim Walz earlier? You said something happened that I should have seen. Not your opinion of him, but what you said factually. What happened? What was it?
Something about him dropping out.
Yeah. Yeah, because he'd be in jail. Is what it is. They have great childcare in Minnesota. I hear they play heated rivalry at those Minnesota daycares. The autism center's got heated rivalry on every screen. Sign your kids up. Sign them up. That'll be great. That'll be good. Fuck it. I figured we keep it light on this show. Nobody fucking watches this shit anyway. You know what I mean? I figured, why censor myself? Why say things that I don't mean or that I don't feel? I don't care anymore. I don't care. The whole thing with tonight was going to be about how everybody else doesn't care. You know what? You know why I didn't make it that? I don't care. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just having fun. If you guys don't want to learn things, if you want to be offended and turn it off, turn it off. Leave. Don't come back. For the people that stick around and make some good movies, you know how I know? Because there's only bad ones out right now. I watched Caught Stealing yesterday. Now, I saw the trailer, and whoever cut the trailer for Caught Stealing, name your price. Name your price. Because you made Caught Stealing look like it was going to be the next. The trailer, I wish they'd give out, do they give out an Oscar for Best Trailer?
Do you want me to Google that? I'm not sure.
I don't know if, yeah, what is that? Yeah, look it up. What the fuck? Yeah, do they give out an Oscar for Best Trailer?
I doubt it, but let's see.
Unbelievable trailer for Caught Stealing. You got Austin Butler, all right? He's getting attacked by Russians after he agrees to watch an apartment. By the way, probably spoilers. How about this from now on? Whenever you watch this show, assume spoilers. Assume. I'm not going to give warnings every time. I say that, but I'll probably give warnings every time. But if I don't, like, whatever. Keep up. Watch stuff. Okay? Anyway, Caught Stealing, starring Austin Butler, who's fantastic, by the way. Go ahead, what?
The Oscars do not give out.
Yeah, see? Gypped. They get gypped.
Well, except
the guy who cut the trailer, or girl, or those are the options. The guy who cut the trailer for Caught Stealing, call me. Call me. That's a fantastic. That is an A1 trailer, in my opinion, for Caught Stealing with Austin Butler. Darren Aronofsky, I think, did the. What is that? Can we change the name? Can you change your name, Darren? Darren Aronofsky? They rhyme. What do we? That's how I sound. That's how I feel. Darren Aronofsky. What are you doing? Change your name. Make it nicer sounding. It doesn't need to sound like you have a stutter when you say your name. I say that one day I'll meet him and I'll be like, I was just kidding, dude. I'm sorry.
So you're saying the trailer should receive a GTA? A Golden Trailer Award?
I don't know what the fuck. Nobody knows what that means. GTA.
I googled if they give out Oscars to trailers, and the GTAs are a thing.
Whoop-de-do. But they don't have one at. They don't. It's not an Oscar. It's a GTA.
It's a GTA.
Right. So the answer is no. They don't give out Oscars for trailers.
They don't.
Right. Excuse me. I'm doing a stream to somebody upstairs. I don't know. Do you like this? Do you like the format when it's better, when it's just relaxing, when we're just chilling, talking? Anyway, Caught Stealing. The first, it's if you break the movie up into 3 acts, right? You get the first act where you have, what's his name there? Austin Butler is in his underwear for like the first half of the film. There's a bunch of, or there's not a bunch. There's these 2 Jew guys, Hasidim, with the curls, you know. That, by the way, played by a British guy and an Italian guy, Vincent D'Onofrio. I think he's a fantastic actor. Not Jewish, though. What are we doing? We don't have enough Jews in Hollywood? Do we not have enough Jews in Hollywood? That's the question I'm asking. Do we not have enough Jews in Hollywood? How can we get more Jews in Hollywood? Is there a way? Is there a funnel of sorts to funnel Jewish people to Hollywood? Because Hollywood's lacking. Because we have Italian people and British people playing Jewish Hasidim. Hasidim?
Why did they use those two guys then?
Yeah, they're actors. They're pretending. But if you use, God forbid, you use a straight person for a gay role, Jews, they're okay with it, though. They go, yeah, we'll have more for us. More people can be like us. The Hasidim. They're murderous Hasidim, though. So they probably didn't use real Jews because they thought it was bad light. Bad luck. They don't kill anybody, the Jews. They're nice. Good people. They don't kill anybody. Any hoodle. Yeah, so they track him down, and there's like a whole bunch of people because he agrees to watch. This is my point. Like, I don't even know. Like, do you care? You don't care about the caught stealing. You don't care. You don't care. Nobody cares. It's not good. You know, it's all right. Action-y flick. There's a car chase, whatever. It's dumb, dude. Why can we not just get back to telling regular stories about people? Why can we not just have a what would happen if type of movie? Why can't we just have like a regular thing that would apply to, like, I don't know, broad swaths of society? Crossing cultural lines, human problems, things that men and women deal with. White, black, Jewish, Hispanic, Asian even will include. Nice calendars, just saying. Great calendars, very giving people. The Chinese, anyway. I can't speak for them all. For every denomination. Is that what you call them? A denomination of, or do they call them a denomination? You can't say that. On this show, you can say that because I'm done giving a shit. I'm done. I'm done giving a shit. I just don't care anymore. I come on here once a week. I want to give advice. I want to help people out. I want to do the best that I can. And people say, you know, like some people say, oh, good job, Nick. I appreciate the show. It's great. Good show. And I'm very approachable, and I will always accept compliments. I'm just kidding. Don't talk to me ever, please. But, you know, I talk to some people, and they're like, yeah, why are you trying to save the world? Why do you care? You're right. I don't care. I don't care. I've been seeing these channels pop up recently. I don't know if YouTube's doing something with the algorithm where they show you with people with less subscribers now. They, you know what I mean? Like
on my homepage, I get somebody every day that's like
they sprinkle in the people with 26 to 35 subscribers. Nobody as big as me with 500. I have 500. Excuse me. You have 76 subscribers. Excuse me. Call me when you're on my level. Thank you. No, but like, you know, they'll sprinkle something in. There's like filmmakers and people who want to talk about filmmaking and stuff, and they make these great videos, lots of great editing and everything else. And I'm not knocking anybody, but the tone of the advice has shifted from here's how to make your short film to don't quit your day job. This is what they say. I swear to God, this is the tone of the advice. The filmmaking advice on YouTube is, you keep doing you, make stories for you. How about we make stories for somebody else? How about we decide as a group, as a community, I want to make stories that people will give me money for, because I grew up in a world where you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. How about when you grow up, you want to be, I don't know, a doctor. You go to school, you become a doctor. Do you become a doctor for free while you're a barista on the side? Is that what you do? Am I crazy? Do you go to medical school so that you can practice being a doctor, but you're a barista? But you just love medicine and helping people. So, like, you just do that. And, like, maybe someday you'll be big, but, like, you know, is that why you go to medical? No. So now you go to, like, film school, whatever, maybe. Or maybe you don't, but, like, you don't really need to. So, like, what are you doing? Why are we all pretending? Why are we pretending? And I'll tell you, it's not pretending, because when you make a film, you really feel like you made something, right? You really feel like you have an impact. You don't. You don't have an impact. You have no impact. And the reason you don't have an impact is not because you're bad at filmmaking. It's not because you have no talent. It's not because you're not good at what you're doing. You have no impact because you followed everybody else's advice and you made something for you. You didn't make something for everyone else. So what ends up happening is you make a film, you pour your heart and soul and guts into something that matters realistically only to you, that only you will understand, and then you present it to someone else and you expect them to feel the way you feel. But the story that you're preaching means nothing to them. It means nothing to them. So you can't expect any sort of emotional reaction. Especially a lot of these short films these days, no offense, I'm just saying, you wonder why your films go nowhere and nobody buys them, because they don't mean anything to anyone but you. Because you have such a selfish, narcissistic take on the world and reality around you that you think that you're the most important thing out there. And people told you to act this way growing up. It's the truth. They said, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to do things that make you happy. You got to do, but see, the thing is, doing that thing is filmmaking. It's not making films that nobody will understand. It's not making films that finger wag at people and tell everyone with money that they suck. Because guess what that makes them not want to do? Give you money, dumbass. That's why you're going to be a barista for the next 25 years of your life. There needs to be, if you're a film student, sorry, but if you are, you should double major. One in marketing and one in filmmaking. And I mean that no matter if it's film production or writing or if you want to be a DP or whatever it is. Can we get back to the making stuff for the masses? Because here's why. People say, oh, why would you do that? What's stupid advice? Why would you do something like that? You got to be true to yourself if you're an artist. Blah, blah, blah. Blow me. Here we go. Listen up, okay? If you're too stupid to tell a story and use what's called a metaphor, you wrap your lesson, you wrap your moral, the moral of your story, in another story that is relatable to a lot of people. They pay for the movie and they leave and think to themselves, wow, I'm looking at life in a different light. What a different take on X, Y, Z. It's not just gay guys having sex all the time. Please stop me when I'm wrong. You wonder why you make no money. You wonder why you're doing this on the side. You're 30, you're going to be 40 years old, 50 years old. You're making this with your friends. You're acting like it's Schindler's List all over again. Insane. Insane. 50, 60-year-old people who are baristas, but they're going to make it one day. It's very simple. It's very simple. They go, Nick, well, you haven't done it. Stick around. Stick around. I started late, but stick around. You'll see it. Or don't. Or don't. I don't care. I don't care, but here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to make my movies, but I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait to make my movies the right way. What do I mean by that? Well, when you're as successful as someone like, say, I don't know, Marty Scorsese, David Fincher, Darren Aronofsky, Once you do something that has mass appeal, you can do whatever you want. Christopher Nolan. These people do whatever the hell they want. They didn't initially. Initially, they told a story that related to a lot of people. But here's the part that nobody seems to understand or remember. If you don't care, if you don't give at least half a shit about anyone other than yourself, you will be sitting there alone. No one will come to your aid. No one will do favors for you. No one will care because you only think about and consider your own point of view. Now, I'm being harsh, and I'm sorry, and I didn't mean for this to go this way, but, I got to tell you, it's the beginning of a new year. Another year has passed, and you're still not making films full time. You still have a part-time job. You're still doing something else and making crap, oh my God, painful, indie films that are unrelatable and sad and hard to watch, and your friends, after they watch it, they go like this, they go, that was really good. He made another one. Fuck me, he made another one. Okay. Oh, here we go. He's going to send us a message asking for money for his next film that I don't even know what the last 3 films were about. Now we're raising money again, and it's another one, and let me guess, it's going to be about how someone who probably looks like me is a horrible person, right? I would love to pay for that. Oh, please let me pay for that. Give me a break. And this fucking woe is me crap attitude. Enough. It's, first of all, it's so 2018. Are we not? Like, we're in the latter half of the 2020s. Think about American culture. Think about the way that we describe our culture. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the thousands, whatever. This is the 20s. What is the 2020s going to be remembered for when it comes to pop culture? Politics? How fucking boring is that? How fucking boring is that? Come on. I mean, what are we doing? Why are people not talking about the housing crisis? And by that I mean the fact that no one can afford to buy a house. Why are there not movies coming out about ways that you would envision the world if people could afford homes, or how we would get there, or your take on the current philosophical mindset of millennials and Gen Z and everything else, the technology and the way that it's affecting people? The fact that television doesn't mean anything anymore. These are all things that, like, you could be making movies about, but you don't. Because you can't. Because the only thing you can think about when you roll your overweight, body positive, sweaty ass out of bed every morning is poor me. I can't pay the bills. I can't do this. I can't do that. I am this. I am that. And this is what I'm going to talk about. And no one else gives a shit. And they don't care because they're worried about their own lives and keeping the lights on and keeping the heat on in winter. It's not funny. Like, these people have these comedies that they come out with. Oh, he made a comedy. It's a funny thing. And, like, nothing about them is funny. Nothing about them is relatable or real. And everybody is always like, these days, they're always like pussyfooting around and being like, what if we made jokes about bad, like, white people? Again? More? It's been a decade of white people suck. It's been a decade of straight people suck. Now nobody's straight anymore. Half the people don't even know what gender they are anymore. It's like, when is enough enough? When is it far enough? When can we get back? And it's not even like you can't be what you want to be. Be whatever the fuck you want, but why do I need to care about it? Number one. And number two, why is that the only thing you know how to talk about? Is that not a little like, ooh, wow, you're like Ham would say, the little thing in Toy Story, you're an uncultured swine. Mr. Potato Head said it to Ham, the piggy bank. Uncultured swine. That's kind of how everybody is that has... Tell me I'm wrong. Please shut me up if I'm wrong, if I sound like a complete moron right now. But I'm just so sick of it, Ed. I'm so sick of it. Every friggin' movie. Every movie. Does it not make the... Like, when you have a token black character, or you have a token gay character, you have a token... You know, oh, we got diversity, we got to throw them in there. Does it not, like, water down the impact of having characters in there? What if they suck? No offense to the actress. Oh, fuck it, I don't care. I'll never meet her. The actress from Caught Stealing, the black lady, the cop, worst character in the whole movie. The worst character in the whole movie. And I don't know if it was the issue was with the writing. I don't know if it was with the acting. I don't know if it was with the directing. I don't know if it was a combination. You'll never work for me. I'll tell you right now, you'll never be in one of my films because I don't need to see your reel, honey. Okay? I watched a full movie with you in it, and I could not have cheered louder on my couch at home when your character died. I was like, great, we don't have to deal with this one anymore. Not because she's black, you fucking idiots. Because she sucked. The character sucked. She made no sense. That's the other thing. I feel like we're doing a lot of these female roles that we make more masculine than they have to be. She's walking around. You watched Seinfeld growing up, right?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, you know the librarian cop, the library cop guy who's like, listen, here's what we're gonna do, and he goes over to Jerry and he talks like a 1940s like detective guy, kind of, sort of. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's like kind of how she talked, the black cop lady in the movie. She goes, what's his name? Austin Butler in the film, caught stealing, and she's saying how, oh, you played baseball, huh? Because he likes the Giants or whatever. She's like, did you play? And he goes, yeah. She goes, college or semi-pro? He goes, oh, high school. She goes, oh, I thought you played real ball. Mind you, spoilers, his girlfriend just got her head blown off, and she's there like talking to him about, you know, what happened and how that happened. She's like looking around his apartment. Oh, I thought you played real ball. Like, what a low blow. What a bitch thing to say. By the way, it would be a bitch thing to say if a guy said it. It's the truth. If a white guy, I would say if a white guy said it. If a straight white man said to Austin Butler, oh, I thought you played real ball, I'd go, wow, what a dick. What a dick. I feel like when it's a girl, a black girl, no, I'm just kidding. But when it's a woman, it's like even worse. Like what lady? Remember the phrase, it's not very ladylike? Oh, that's not very ladylike. You remember that growing up? When I say that, does it not sound like something, like you haven't heard it in so long that it would be something like our grandparents would say?
Yeah.
That's like, we're talking 2011. That's not very ladylike. You know, it's not very nice. Cross your legs when you sit down in a skirt, you fucking, you know what I mean? Ugh. Cross your legs. Nobody wants to see that. You know? Sitting there, you know? You cross your ankles, but your knees together, and you put it one side. That's how you do it. Like you're taking a school photo when you sit down. That's America. Listen, I'm not trying to be ridiculous here. I'm just joking around. But like, I don't know. Like, why did it become cool? Why did it become a thing to like make women talk dirtier and like, what do you think? What's your opinion on everything I'm saying? Give me something, anything, Edmund. Give me an opinion. What's your thoughts? Is heated rivalry the best thing you've ever seen on television?
I love it.
All right, you suck. I'm firing him.
I just watched one episode. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people really enjoyed it though. Are they crazy or are you?
Who's all these people?
I don't know, dude.
The viewers?
There's people out there. Look, my point is we need to, I used to think we need to remove the politics from the movies, but there's always going to be some issue that's semi-political at least. I just think that at some point we have to really ask ourselves, what are we making this crap for? And when you, like, it's one thing because you have the people on the one side that are like, let's make stuff that doesn't make sense. Let's make the art stuff that's just like so crazy and out there. And I guess, you know, at some level, good for them. They're at least doing something. But the people that are like making mainstream shit, like, oh, the mainstream stuff is just so horrible. It just doesn't make any sense. I just want to see a story that's like a real story. That's good. That's not bad. That uses, I don't know, some movie magic, maybe a couple of practical effects. In 10 years' time, people won't even understand the concept of forced perspective because they won't have to use it. You know? It's like cursive. I write in cursive. I also know how to print because I'm not an idiot. But like, you know, I write and people go, oh, well, who needs that? Okay, well, when the power grid goes down, I think I'll be all right. You know? I think I'll be okay. When we're all writing by candlelight, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. You'll be sitting there going, I think I can write my name now. Okay. Okay. Well, Jimmy, good for you. I'll take that a while. That's fine. He's going to hurt himself. You know? Well, honey, I think he's going to hurt. They won't say that, though, because honey will be derogatory. Well, equal partner of mine. Just want to stab a pillow with a dull butter knife. Over and over again until that pillow is no more. You know? You got to decide. Are you going to be the butter knife or the pillow? Some days Edmund is the pillow, some days he's the butter knife. But I'm always the one doing the stabbing.
Thank you.
We're having fun tonight. We're keeping it light. I didn't promote it. I didn't even tell anybody. So if you're watching this, you're one of the few people who stumbled across gold. Let me tell you, live on YouTube, recorded by Edmund, who pressed start recording at the beginning of the show like a smart man. It's not grayed out. It's blue, and it's being timed. And if you like this kind of crap, if you like somebody who talks to you like, you know, like you actually know me as opposed to one of these people, it's like, the phony stuff, that's what it was. I feel like in the first couple of streams afterward, I was so like, I have to be like a regular person who's very nice. I'm not a regular person. I'm a freak. I'm a freak of nature. I am just a guy. I'm a producer. I work very hard. I get people telling me all day, every day, where's that paperwork? Where's this? Where's that? Can we get more? Are the call sheets ready? Have you found a location manager? That's my life. That's my life. And then I thought, let's do a stream and let's help. You want real help? Stop making bullshit that nobody cares about. That's the real help. This is the best advice that I could give to anyone in Hollywood. You want to make movies? Make movies. Use good movie magic. Make them cheap, and make them apply to a lot of people. Make movies that cost a little, that appeal to a lot of people. You'll make money. Then you can make whatever you want, and people will go, well, I mean, it's like, you know, he or she or they make amazing films, so, like, who cares that this one's a little bit out there? You know who's a good example of that? Francis Ford Coppola. Made The Godfather. Almost got fired 6 times. No, I'm making this movie. We're making. Then he just, you know, whatever. He just made Megalopolis, and people were like, "Well, it's just Francis Ford Coppola." Okay, he can make that if he wants to. It's Francis Ford Coppola. That's the extent of it. What is this now? I'm getting text messages. IDK, what this is? I just said out loud IDK. That's disgusting. I'm gonna. This will be the last stream. This will be that's the way I'm going to say it from now on. This will be the last stream, because God only knows.
You mean you read IDK from that text message, right?
Sure. Thanks for trying to save me, but
tried.
I know it's a little late for that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, do we make it a short one tonight, or do we keep going? How many more times can I say what you're making is horrible?
I say we at least push.
Or you could ask me, give me a something. Give me like, how do you feel about something, and I'll go off. Hardcore, because I don't care anymore. I'll talk about anything you want.
Anything I want?
Well, with regard to the industry, yeah. Anything about movies. What's a recent movie that you've seen that came out recently? I know you don't watch movies often, but I'm saying when you were with, you know, someone who's learning English or something, I don't know, and you had to watch something. What movie did you watch just as a learning experience? Nothing? You really haven't watched anything? What's a movie that you've watched recently that you like, a good oldie that you go back to?
Well, I did just watch Hot Tub Time Machine the other night.
Racist movie. How could you watch that?
It's racist?
Yeah? Wow. Wow. Go ahead. Tell me, what do you like about it?
It's hilarious. It's stupid. It's funny.
Would you say that they could they make Hot Tub Time Machine that ain't?
Probably not.
Why?
A lot of edgy jokes in there.
Like, what's an edgy joke that's in there? In Hot Tub Time Machine, give me an example. Give me an example of something where you went, ooh, they probably couldn't do that today. And it's probably, spoiler, not that bad. It's probably not that bad. Give me an example.
I know, just watch this. Give me a minute.
If the show's live.
They got a minute.
Beep. That's the live blinking.
Have you seen the film?
Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
Not recently, but I have.
What was your favorite part?
I said not recently, meaning you just watched it the other night. Tell me about Heated Rivalry. See, it's funny because it does stick in your head. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe that's what the world does want to see, you know? But God almighty, I wish I could get those images out of my head. Out of my head. You know?
Yeah.
I want to start having people on back again, guests and stuff like that. And I'm thinking about doing like a Zoom or maybe a Google Meet of some sort. if you're interested after this episode. We live in one of the most liberal areas of the entire country, and I'm just like destroying everything that they went. I went to school for film so that I could tell the story of my people. Nobody cares. Your people don't even care. They don't care. They watch it and they go, why are they telling this story? This is a story that makes us look horrible. We're hardworking people. We've been here for centuries. No, we're oppressed. We're oppressed. It's so dumb. Makes zero sense. I don't understand it at all. Do you understand it? Why do we do that? Why do we totally destroy ourselves by talking about problems that nobody can relate to?
Are we all out of ideas in Hollywood?
I mean, I guess it was trendy for a little bit. Like 10 years ago, it became like the in thing. But like, enough. Shut up. Do you not watch things? Like, sometimes I watch a movie or a show, and I watch it as if the movie itself or the episode itself is a person. And I want to go, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Nobody cares about your problems. And we all got our own fucking problems. Do you not feel that way? When you see a Karen, you just go, oh, my God. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another one. Oh, let me guess. Oh, wow, they had to bang in the shower now. Because they had to make sure they had to look over both shoulders. Not just the bottom either. They both had to look over both shoulders to make sure nobody else is coming in. Maybe it's because you're in a public shower. Disgusting. Subscribe. Fucking idiots. I'm so sick of it. And someone told me recently, who I respect a lot, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to upset or offend. That's the thing is, like, I have all these people tell me offline. They're always like, oh, yeah, keep doing this. That's amazing. I love when you tell the truth and you get out there and you just tell it like it is and all this other stuff. But then if I ever said one of their names on the stream, they'd be like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I'm not associated with him.
Nick who?
Nick. Is that Nick? Nick. Skinny? Nope. Short? No. DP, right? Nope. No, he's a producer. And I meant director of photography. I did not mean heated rivalry. Okay? Director of photography. The joke was that I am not. Anyway. Are we live still?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, God, I hope so too. I'm shocked that YouTube even allows stuff like this to go on. We got to fill an hour. Any comments? Anybody? Is Dan in the chat? Anybody in the chat?
We have Keith Prod in the chat.
What does Keith Prod have to say?
I guess Keith Prod is revealing that it was them who was texting you in the middle of our stream.
I know. I don't know why Keith Prod was texting me. You know what's funny? I was thinking about this earlier, right before I just told Ed this before we started streaming. I said I talk to the camera as if it's Dan, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing, because like if I was saying this to Dan's face, like if we were having a conversation, you, me, and Dan, I would talk over him anyway, so it doesn't matter that he's a camera for this because it's the same as if he's with me. I'm just kidding. I love you. Relax. I know you're going, oh, come on. I can see him right now. My head going, oh, come on. Why are you saying that? But it's true. It's just, Dan, tell me, am I wrong? Is it like, is it not enough already? I don't even want to make the show political. I just want to get back to being able. I wish that a slew of good movies were coming out so that I could talk to you guys about good movies and what makes them good and all this other stuff. I mean, watch anything pre-2005 from the theater, and it's probably decent, comparatively speaking, to what it is today. I don't even mind, like, when film students or young filmmakers copy other films or they homage or whatever. Okay, I get it. You're learning your way around a camera and a set. But, like, we need to start, and I think I'm going to actually start talking about developing your own voice as an artist. Not your own style necessarily, but your own voice. Okay, I don't need you texting me. Put it in the chat. Yeah, there it is. Come on. Yeah. Do it in the chat, dummy. And send it to like 5 people. Is Schiavone in the chat, Dan? No, he's not. We'll get him in there. All right? And tell him that I just mentioned his name live on the most racist podcast I've ever done in my life. The funny thing is, I haven't actually mentioned anyone in particular, except the black lady from whatever. But I do love my African brethren and sister. That's a word.
So what is
It
the
is.
point of her character? Was she like supposed to be?
She was a
villain?
cop. She was supposed to be a detective.
Yeah, but you said you hated her. So was it intentional to make her? Like,
No, I didn't like her because she was like mean. She was like not nice to Austin Butler. She wasn't there, and I understand. Like if you watch the movie, it turns out that she's working with the bad guys. But like she was like she played like a crooked cop. But like the dialogue didn't make sense. Like real crooked cops, they try and be your friend. They try and get you on their side. They try and make you feel like everything's okay and they're going to take care of you. They're lying because they're crooked, but and they're cops. No offense. I love the boys and girls in blue. But I will say that this one just not only did it not make sense, it was just bad. God, it was god awful. What?
Key Pro just said agreed! ! Then he said no. I'm not sure what that is
I
referring
know.
to.
He doesn't speak in full sentences. It's
Then he-
okay. He only went to 4 years of economics school.
Then he said he doesn't respect me. I think the guy's name you mentioned.
Oh,
Chivoni?
yeah. We don't have to repeat it because it's not his. I mean, it's his name. It's his real name. So we don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. C.
Yeah.
Mr. C.
Yeah. Literally not even a C. It's an S. But that's okay. Regardless. Yeah. Why don't you just send him a link and not say anything and say he just mentioned you? Why wouldn't you try that? I don't care if he respects you or not. He respects me, and if he doesn't, he's about to get blown up on a live stream. So. You might want to say, watch this and back it up about a minute and a half. You might want to send him that and say, watch and back it up about a minute and a half. But yeah, no, I didn't like the cop character because there was nothing. There was not 1 ounce of that character that was at all realistic in any sense. And you go, oh, well, it's a movie. Yeah, I know. I know. It was a shitty choice for the movie. It made no sense. By the way, there's one scene where the Jewish people, the Hasidim, they think that Austin Butler is he's in possession of a key, like for a lock. So they make him strip naked. And there's a part of it where it's like, oh, obviously they would search him. Why did we need to show that in the film? We showed him naked on a chair going, I don't. It's still talking like Elvis, by the way. Good job, Austin, losing the accent. I'm kidding. You suck. I'm kidding. He's a very good actor. I actually really enjoyed him in the thing. But there was a point where he's sitting there in the film naked in a chair going, I don't have the key. I don't have it. Could have just cut to the scene of them walking out going, I don't know why you made me strip naked. Well, as he's rebuttoning his shirt, and it's implied. But no, we got to have nude Butler. Nude Butler in there. Why? I don't know why. Heated rivalry. Why? Where's the rivalry? Seems like they get along pretty well. Based on every scene with the two of them in it. I didn't see any, I saw some heat, but not a lot of rivalry. Not a lot of back and forth. Really, everything was kind of one direction. Another gay reference, One Direction. I'm just kidding. Listen, I am, from now on, I'm done caring. I'm done giving a shit. I'm going to just say it like it is. And if you don't like it, yeah, I don't really care. If you enjoy it and you enjoy someone who's finally telling the truth and starting to recognize people for the good stories that they're making, and you would like to be recognized as one of those people, first of all, make something good. And second of all, hit me up. And I would love, if one of you disagrees with me and you'd like to hop on a live stream and you'd like to, that would be very interesting. If you're a filmmaker anywhere in the country, I am from New England and I talk to people from New England because they have a very much so growing community of filmmakers and artists here. I would take on pretty much anybody. I really don't care. If you think that movies and TV are better by finger wagging your political bullshit on the rest of the world instead of tackling and dealing with problems that actually matter, please send me a DM on Instagram or make a video and call me out and say that everything I say is bullshit. And I swear to God, I will make it my life's mission to show the entire world that you are wrong. Because you are, and the whole world should know. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We're coming up on about an hour here. Edmund, do you have anything else that you think that I missed, that I should say, that 5 minutes from now, after we're sitting, after we've closed everything down, we've shut the studio down, shut everything down, you're going to go, oh, you really should have said that? Anything you can think of?
I did want to bring in DComs, but I think that's like another day.
Why can't we go back to DComs? What's your favorite DCom?
Smart House was nice.
Smart House. Did you ever watch like Pitch Perfect?
Actually, I take that back. Don't Look Under the Bed was probably my favorite.
Yeah, but that
Pitch Perfect? No, I've never seen that.
it wasn't Pitch Perfect. Pixel Perfect was the
no,
one that
I've
I was
not seen
talking
that
about.
either.
It starred Ricky Ullman from Phil the Future, who creates a holographic woman, and he like falls in love with her or whatever. But it's very much as if ChatGPT was able to create a hologram of a skinny blonde chick who was a ditzy, dumb lady. You know, I was gonna say ditzy broad, but then I censored myself because of you. Because you make me censor myself. You make me feel like I can't say what's on my mind. And that should be the definition of oppression. I feel oppressed. I shouldn't feel oppressed. I should be able to say whatever I want to say. It's my First Amendment right. Damn it. Subscribe, please. I'm going to need it because I feel like this video is going to get really... I don't know what else to say. I really don't. What?
Pixel Perfect?
Pixel Perfect, thank you. See, this is why people say, Nick, why do you need a producer? Why can't you just do everything on your own? Because I'm an idiot, right? And I need someone to keep me on track. You nodded your head way too quickly.
I got you, yeah. I mean, no, you're not an idiot, no.
Pixel Perfect. You're so next week we'll have a camera on Ed, and we'll see who's the idiot.
No one wants to see that.
It's true, and you have control over the switchboard. You'll be able to cut back and forth, so we'll just see me. It'll just be me for another hour. If you're in film school, let us know in a comment down below. If you're not and you're a filmmaker, good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Pixel Perfect.
Pixel Perfect. Ricky Ullman stars with a ditzy broad as a blonde chick, hologram, ChatGPT thing. There's a scene where she writes a song, but she doesn't write a song. She takes lines from various pop songs that rhyme. It's shit. It's shit. And that, to me, is the equivalent of every single movie that is coming out of Hollywood today. It's like lines and references from old Hollywood mixed in with race, throw in a couple of queers, couple of 2-3 women, throw in some boobs because we still have to exploit, and then we'll make the men nude too, and fuck it, let's just make the whole thing gay sex. For millions of dollars. And I got people who are really top-notch, top-of-the-line writers, directors, cinematographers who just want to make good stuff, can't get 50 grand for their production, can't get a couple $100,000 for their production, can't make movies the way that movies were intended to be with life lessons and morals. And that doesn't mean boring, by the way. You can make stuff that's good, that has a life lesson or a moral. You just can't do it anymore. Just can't do it because nobody cares. And they think that money is the all-important thing. Unbelievable. Anyway, I feel like I got a lot off my chest. There's probably a lot more where that came from. Do we have anything else being said or not? It's okay if it's just Keep Prod. I talk to the cameras if it's just you and me, Dan, anyway. So
It's like he's here.
Who?
It's like Dan's here.
I appreciate Dan. If without Dan, I wouldn't have a stream. Without you, I would have nothing. So I appreciate you.
Me too.
Anyway, that's it for tonight. I think we've done enough. What do you think?
I think we're good.
All right, good. I think that's it. Like, subscribe, and make sure you fade to black. Thank you. We'll see you next week.